Imagine the Amazon has the planet's air conditioner, and savage accounts rolled into one living thing. Now imagine people showing up with chainsaws and shovels to withdraw everything at once. This video lays out the dramatic clash between urgent money today and priceless stability tomorrow. On one side are illegal loggers, miners, and ranchers who treat the forest as quick cash machine or a way to grab land. On the other side are scientists, economics, and communities who warn that couldn't trace erases services like carbon storage, rainfall regulations, and biodiversity that the whole planet relies on. We will hold up both views side by side and ask why local rational choices can add up to global disaster. From the local view, the incentives are blunt and immediate. In remote Amazon communities, formal jobs and banks are scarce, so selling timber, panning for gold, or opening pasture for cattle often looks like the only viable way to earn money fast. Illegal networks know how to launder timber and disguise mines, so wood and gold can enter global supply chains. When commodity prices soar and land titles are fuzzy, clearing forests becomes a practical gamble for people and criminal groups alike. Untitled public lands become hotbeds of clearing because market turnover makes it easy to convert a standing forest into something you can claim or sell later. Now flip the page to the expert view, and the accounting changes completely. Economists use a framework called total economic value to capture direct benefits like timber, plus indirect and non-use values such as carbon sequestration, water cycle, habitat services, cultural importance, and future option values like potential medicines. Meta-analysis of Amazon studies put ecosystem services at roughly $400 per hectare per year in many estimates. Beyond the numbers, deforestation triggers ecological feedbacks. Fewer trees often mean less rainfall, higher local temperatures, and soils that degrade. So what appears profitable in the short term frequently destroys far greater value over decades.
And moving on with the next part, here is our analysis. Put together these two lenses, and the paradox becomes clear. Both sides agree that economics matters, but they can cost on very different timelines. The local narrative focuses on immediate income, weak property rights, and limited alternatives. The ecosystem narrative, on the other hand, focuses on global and intergenerational costs that local actors do not pay. Both identify common drivers such as commodity demand, poor governance, and market failures. Both also suggest overlapping solutions like secure land rights, legal livelihoods, and stronger enforcement. Where they diverge is scope and scale. One treats the forest as an asset to be converted. Now the other one treats it as a system that sustains climate and economics over time. That mismatch in perspective is exactly why rational individual decisions can produce outcomes that are collectively irrational. A few concrete tensions illustrate this clash. First, market signals often reward extraction, not stewardship, so clearing yields private gains, while carbon loss and altered rainfall are socialized costs. Second, unclear land tenure turns standing forest into a low-risk, high-reward. for those who can claim the title after they clear. And finally, third, weak supply chain oversight lets illegal products travel to local buyers who do not see deforestation behind the goods. Solve any of these and you reduce pressure, but most effective path is to tackle them together. Finally, we have our conclusions concerning this topic. The central message is simple but urgent. Illegal actors exploit short-term incentives while the vast long-term value of the Amazon's service remains unaccounted for in local decision-making. Fixing this requires aligning incentives with conservation. Practical policies include securing land tenure so families have legal ways to benefit from standing forest, creating legitimate income through sustainable agriculture, agroforestry, and bioeconomy investments, and spending payment for ecosystem services such as well-designed carbon credits, so protection pays, improving supply chain transparency, and trade rules helps cut the market for illegally sourced timber, gold, and cattle. Stronger enforcement, paired with alternatives for livelihoods, reduces the calculus that today's profit is worth tomorrow's loss. Understanding the economic paradox that enrich a few today while impoverishing everyone tomorrow is the first step towards change. If protecting the standing forest becomes more reliable and profitable than clearing, we can aim for a future where local welfare and the global climate both win. Thank you.